Hello students. So today I am going to discuss some more questions related to biomolecules topic. So the first question is, the central dogma of molecular genetics states that the genetic formation flows from A. DNA to RNA, RNA to protein, B. DNA to RNA, RNA to carbohydrate, C. DNA to carbohydrate, carbohydrate to protein, and D. Amino acid to protein, protein to DNA. As we already know that, so the central of molecular genetics states that genetic formation flow from DNA to RNA, then RNA to it will flow to protein. So which involves a process called as transcription. Transcription is a process. So I am going with the option called as A. Now, the correct corresponding order of name of 4 aldoses with the configuration given below. This is first, second, third, and four configurations they have given. So option A is L-erythros, L-triose, L-erythros, D-triose. That is L is levorotatory, D is dextrorotatory. Option B is D-triose, D-erythros, L-triose, L-erythros. Option C, L-erythros, L-triose, D-erythros, D-triose. Option D, D-erythros, D-triose, L-erythros, L-triose. So, how are we going to say the configuration is D or L? When the second carbon, this is second carbon, first, second, third, fourth. Second carbon, if it has got H-OH configuration, it is D. Opposite of this will be what? L configuration. Okay, so the first is D-erythros. So it is D-erythros, first one. So we don't have a D-erythros in any other options at first. So this is first D-erythros. This is structure of erythros. Then if OH is going to shift at this position and H will come at this position only in second carbon, that structure will be what we are going to call D-triose. So second is D-triose. Then again L-erythros. Opposite of L-erythros will be L-triose. So I am going with the option D. Okay. So the opposite of this HOH, erythros, will be always D-triose, and D-triose opposite will be what you are going to call L-triose. Its opposite will be L-triose. I mean erythros. Okay. Now, next question. So the next question is the difference between amylose and amylopectin is, one thing we need to remember here, that amylose and amylopectins are alpha polymers which have got alpha linkage. Only polymers are amylose and amylopectin right here. So in option A, amylopectin have 1,4 alpha linkage and 1,6 beta linkage. So beta linkage won't be available right here. So option A is wrong. Amylose have 1,4 alpha linkage and 1,6 beta linkage. Beta linkage is not available. Amylopectin have 1,4 alpha linkage and 1,6 alpha linkage. So I am going with the option C, where D, amylose is made up of glucose and galactose. There is no linkage. So option answer is C, because amylose and amylopectin are polymer with alpha linkage, only alpha linkage. So only alpha linkage is present in this option. So I am going with C. Next one. Next question. The non-essential amino acid among the following are, here A is valine, leucine, alanine and lysine. See, valine, leucine and lysine are essential amino acid, whereas alanine is a non-essential amino acid. Next one. Now, next question. The term anomers of glucose refers to. Anomers is nothing but where there will be a change in HOH group in carbon number 1. So, first option is isomer of glucose that differ in the configuration at carbon 1 and 4 they are telling. Only one is possible. Only one. If they would have given only one, I would have marked A. A mixture of D-glucose and L-glucose, changes will be there in second carbon, so no possible. And the mixture of D and L-glucose is what you are going to call enantiomers, that is also not possible. So option D is isomer of glucose that differ in the configuration of carbon number 1. So only differ in the configuration of carbon 1 are called as anomers of glucose. But in this D-glucose, carbon number 2, here carbon 1 and carbon 4, here the D and L configuration, what you call mixture is called enantiomer. So those are not the options. So option is D. Now, next question. Next question. The pyridine bases present in DNA are A, G, T, C. Okay. Adenine and guanine combination, thymine and cytosine are. Adenine and guanine as pyridines, and thymine and cytosine are pyrimidics. So cytosine and adenine, no. Cytosine and guanine, no. Cytosine and thymine, yes. Cytosine and uracil, no. So the option is C. Adenine and guanine are purines, thymine and cytosines are pyrimidics. Okay. Now, next question. The secondary structure of protein refers to alpha helical backbone, hydrophobic interaction, sequence of amino acid, fixed configuration of polypeptide peptide backbone. So the answer is secondary structure of protein is always called as what? Alpha helical structure backbone. So answer is A. This is a direct question. Now, alpha D-glucose, beta D-glucose. So alpha and beta we are going to say when there is a change in the carbon number 1 configuration. So D are saying, okay, if it was one as a D, another one was L, we would have called as an enantiomer. Okay, epimers we won't consider here. Conformers means configuration, we will not take that. So answer is C. And the same question was, the same related question was right here only. Anomers of glucose are. So alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are anomers because isomer of glucose that differ in the configuration of carbon number 1. The two functional groups present in typical carbonates are. So one is CHO. Let me show you that. Yes, this is a carbohydrate. One group is CHO group and another one is OH group. One is aldehyde group and another one is alcoholic group. See, what is going to happen? So CH2 and CHO can form bond. So one of the OH can combine with H of this. So I am going to form what? Or one more. I will make a change. Here the OH can combine with H of this and going to form what? Water. So what we left? CO, CO linkage and carbon oxygen linkage will be formed, and as a result what you are going to get? Double bond O. Double bond you are going to get because of the formation of water molecule and formation of this oxygen peroxide structure. For that reason we are going to say in case of the two functional groups that are present in carbonyl are, one is CHO, option A, and COH. Another one is carbonyl group and alcoholic group, alcoholic and aldehyde group, alcohol and COH group. But option C would have been the answer. Option C would have become the answer. See, CHO and COH, carbonyl and OH group, OH and CHO, OH and COH. We would have marked this as the answer, option C. But whatever the CHO group was there, it is going to convert into what? Carbonyl group, no? So that's why. So answer for the fifth question. The two functional group present in typical carbonyl are, one is C double bond O carbonyl group and another one is alcoholic group, OH. Next. Pyroate test is not given for. Not given for which one? It is for amino acids and proteins, or whichever having polypeptide bond. So urea, NH2, okay, polypeptide bond, proteins. So these are present in case of amino acids, proteins, but that is not present in case of what? Carbohydrates. So pyroate test is mainly for polypeptide and proteins. Okay. So that is present in urea, polypeptides and proteins. Whereas in carbohydrate, there is no polypeptide bond. So pyroate test is not given for what? Carbohydrates. Next, the presence and absence of hydroxyl group on which carbon atom of sugar differentiate RNA and DNA. Option A second, B third, C fourth, and D first. So, but only second, the presence or absence of hydroxyl group on second carbon atom can make RNA to DNA or DNA to RNA. So option is A. Option is A. Which of the following compound can be detected by Mollis test? So Mollis test is mainly for carbohydrates, you can consider. So this is amino acid, this is nitro compound, this is alcohol. So only carbohydrate is sugar. So option is sugar. Next, which one of the following statement is correct? All amino acid except glycine are optically active. This is correct. Okay. Then all amino acids are optically active. Wrong. All amino acid except glycine are optically active. Galat. All amino acid except glutamic acid are optically active. That is also wrong. So answer first one is correct. So these are the questions that have been appeared from the biomolecules topic. So I have discussed all the questions that have been appeared in the exam. So in the next class, I am going to start with a new topic, and I am going to bring some more questions on the new topic. Okay, and this completes your biomolecules. And remaining questions, whatever they are available in your book, you can solve those. And if you are going to get any doubts from that, you can ask us directly. Okay, thank you. Any doubts, you can, whenever, if you are going to get any type of doubts from that book, you can ask us. We will solve those questions and we will let you know the answers. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.